Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to some more Principal Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. Man, so much has happened since this video and the one before it, even though I'm recording them on the same day. I actually went back, so let's actually go back here. I actually had to go back and look at a bunch of different sites and stuff. So I've been saying that I've been using this like forum, this GameFAQs forum post to find the unlocks for this game, because there's not really like a normal FAQ where everything is listed or stuff like that. But I managed to find that, and I managed to go through it and see, you know, what unlocks I'm missing. I managed to like take them all down, saw that I was missing a lot of different unlocks, and I was like, wow, okay, wonder why I wasn't using this, like why I didn't, you know, note them all down before. But in any case, I was also seeing something really weird. So this tournament here, I actually did finish at the beginning of this season. But for some reason, just now when I finished the trial singles T1 tournament, it was not completed. And I was like, what the hell? That doesn't make any damn sense. So, a lot of different things happened. One, I completed the tournament, recorded it, and then somehow didn't save the results of it. Even the video itself that I finished at the final round of this tournament was kind of screwy. I didn't even show you the unlock that I got, which was kind of weird. Two, I mixed it up with this tournament. So I kind of did the requirement and everything for this tournament, expecting a different character. And I also, when I recorded it, I named it Maximum Overdrive, thinking it was Maximum Overkill. I thought the tournament I was doing was Maximum Overkill. I named it Maximum Overdrive because that's what I thought it was called, but then also I did this tournament instead of this tournament, so I was completely fucked up. So I apologize for that. It's funny because that was one of the first videos I recorded as soon as I moved over to Florida, so I think that's where the confusion came between all of that. But in any case, so what I've done is I've gone back, I've actually beaten this tournament, I've gotten the unlock for it, we got Tetsu from Furuhime for it. So everything is good. We're right back where we're supposed to be. And what I'm going to end up doing is I will do the Maximum Overkill tournament next season. So let's go back to where I was now, here in doubles. I'm going to honor what I had written down before, which is that I was going to complete the Iron Plate 2 tournament for the finale of this season. And the characters that we're actually going to use is going to be Inui, and I don't really know who else. Because originally, what I had written down, I thought that tournament I was doing was going to give me Kirihara. But I don't get Kirihara until I complete the Maximum Overdrive tournament. Alright, said it again. Maximum Overkill tournament, right? So until I complete that tournament, I'm not going to be able to get Kirihara, which means I can't use him here. I was originally going to use Otari here, who we just got, but I've figured out what it is that I want to do for the super special awesome 100th episode of this. So I'll get into that in a little bit. So what I think I'm going to use is, I'm going to add in Tetsu here, because it'll be a nice little dichotomy. Oh, I already have Anna as a coach. Interesting. Okay, I got to make note of that later on. I already have all these guys. Let's go with Mitsuki as usual. We're just going to do this regular Iron Plate tournament here. It's just a doubles tournament. We're going to be using Inui, who we just unlocked, as well as Tetsu here, who we also just unlocked from doing that tournament that I thought was the Maximum Overkill. That tournament online, for some reason, I can't find a translation of it anywhere either. So I just spent like 2 hours running around trying to figure out what the hell was happening. But I finally figured out, you know, it's just that the tournament... Wow. It's already lost one racket. It's just that the tournament isn't translated correctly online. I don't know what it is. Something about the way that it's worded in Japanese. It's not correctly, or it's not easily translatable. Because I've tried to translate it a bunch of different times, and I just can't seem to find a clear translation for it. Ooh. Oh boy, it seems like... Yeah, just like the previous Iron Plate. I forgot about that. Just like the previous Iron Plate, the special animated cutscenes, or cut-ins, they're turned off. So when you use a special, it doesn't really do anything, which is going to be really hard. because doubles in general is really hard. But then to top it all off, this is an extremely difficult tournament because the AI is set to hard. So I'm not really gonna have a good time if you've seen any of my other previous videos relating to doubles. But yeah, so I had a really hard time figuring out what even the name of this tournament was. I wanted to go back and fix it, even so much as just, you know, simply just fixing it in the, oof, fuck, at least he hit it. Even fixing it in just the previous video description, so I managed to go back and I just pasted it in the hiragana or katakana, I'm not really sure which one it is, for the video. I might actually switch up. Might actually start this whole video over and start using, oh well, no, he has a serve at least. Because I need some kind of move to go through this, and I know Tetsu has the Hadokyu, so at least that I can kind of hit, because it doesn't seem like Inui has really any specials that I can make use of. He has decent enough stats, but it's not really going to make me, you know, I'm not really going to be able to do much with it in this tournament when these guys aren't super hard. Let's see if I can stick through it. So I couldn't even find what the translation for it was, so it was really hard for me to even figure out what tournament that actually was. So, you know, generalizing is a really frustrating time, but I managed to find the translation of it. Or not the translation, but the actual characters for it. Because, you know, you have to do different types of encoding to see Japanese characters on websites. And for some reason, I couldn't do that. I couldn't actually change the encoding on the site that I was on, which made things really difficult. Whoopsie. But I managed to put it in a Word or a text document and then encode it there, and then actually see the Japanese characters. But once I finally got that out of the way, I was able to figure out that I already did the tournament after looking at part of my previous videos. And then we got our heads straight on. We fixed the tournaments, or the videos we had for that tournament, and we went back, beat the tournament again, so even though we lost the save file or whatever the hell happened, we do have that progress back. And, you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably just lose to these guys. And then just beat them off screen, but with Tetsu, Ishida Tetsu over there as my character instead of Inui here, because just Inui just does not have any specials that I can use. But for the big super special awesome, whoopsie, oh boy, okay, 100 episode of this series, which we've somehow managed to reach 100 episodes, or we're gonna reach 100 episodes. What I'm gonna do is next season is gonna be season 5. I'm gonna do it mainly focusing on unlocking all the Hyotei characters. So we're gonna do, I believe it's 5 different tournaments unlocking Hyotei characters. It might be 4, but it's at least 5, or it's at least 4. It's 5 or 4, and then I'm also going to redo, or I should say redo, but I'm going to officially do the maximum overkill tournament with Ryoma to get Kirihara. So I'm going to start off with that. So we're going to at least get that out of the way correctly this time around, and then the rest of the episodes are just going to be focused around me just getting Hyotei characters. And the 100th episode should land between me using Atoe, which should unlock somewhere before the 100th episode. And the main reason for that is because I can't really think of anything too super special to do. Because, you know, I don't really have... I'm not really too fond of, like, a certain character that I haven't really used yet. I already used Sengoku a couple of times. Shishido is kind of like public enemy number 1 in this game. You know... So I don't know if I would have focused on that. I was gonna do maybe something where I like go back to using Momo or something like that, because he was the first character I ever used in this game, you know, for these videos. But I did do a video with I don't remember who I was using. I think I was using Shinji. and I fought up against Atoe, and I did a special intro for him when I took the intro from Atoe in the anime, and I put it into my video. Unsurprisingly so, that video did, you know, decently well view-wise. I say view-wise, decently well for me is anything greater than 10 views. Oh, you know, when something does more than that, I'm like, oh, okay, not bad. That did a good amount of views. I don't remember the exact number, but it's pretty high, which is probably just because, like, the way I tagged it or the fact that I used the anime intro. Many people got to click on that because they thought it was an episode of the anime or something like that. But since that video did very well, I figured I'd do the 100th episode focusing around Atoe. I don't really know yet what I'll do for it per se. I was thinking I might use the green screen I got. If you guys don't know, I've mentioned this in one of my recent update videos, but I got a green screen that I'm using for streams. Green screen that I'm using for streams. On Twitch. I don't really necessarily plan on using it for videos on YouTube, but I might do a test run with maybe like one series, do a couple of episodes of that. With me using a green screen. I don't think this is going to be it, because it's not going to fit. I'm going to take up a little bit too much space. But I'm thinking for the 100th episode, I might just end up doing a green screen video where it's just me, and I'll just do a regular episode, and I'll just talk and gush about, you know, my trials and tribulation with this game. You know, good time. And then we just keep playing this. Ooh, good job, boy. But you didn't get that. And then we should be good to go for... I don't know how many seasons we have left. I had written down 7 seasons to play through, personally. That's how long I estimated it would take me to unlock all of the characters. Right? I don't know if I'm gonna go that far. I might do some of them off screen, because a lot of the unlocks I have left are like coaches and like random characters that aren't really that great to begin with. Okay, he did something there finally. So I might just end up at season 6. And we'll see where we go from there. I really like this game. I really like how it's done. Surprisingly on my series, and it's the longest series so far of all time, I think. Oh, that's bullshit. But I don't really know what I'll be doing afterwards. I've thought of a way to sort of honor it. I'm gonna do that, but probably sometime in the future. What I'm basically going to do is I tried to do this ironically a very long time ago, like early on, maybe like around season 2, so like a long time ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. I tried to do this thing where I would use Prince of Tennis as like the end card, and I would have like an end card tournament. I forgot where I borrowed that idea from. I think it was from Game Theory. Yeah. Where at the end of his videos, Matt Pat would just like give you 2 topics or 2 things to vote upon, and then at the end of it he would talk about what won last time and, you know, the voting thing for the next time, right? So that gave me an idea to do this for Prince of Tennis, because they have this thing called Underground Tennis where it'll just randomly give you a set of characters, a player and a coach, and different kind of rules, and it will let you bet on who you think is going to win. So it'll randomly assign, like, let's say it's, you know, Tetsu here with Inui as the coach, and it could be like Yuta with Ryoma as the coach randomly, and you can bet on which side you think is going to win. And I think they play 2 games to win the set, so it's pretty short. So you can, you know, bet and see who wins, and then you bet your points that you have in this game that you still like buy stuff. And if you win, you get a certain amount back. If you lose your points. So I was going to use that as kind of like a end card tournament kind of thing. So at the end of all my videos, I would play that. But they were just way too long. And then at the time, the files were way too big. I had like, I think it was like 20 gigabytes or 10 gigabytes. So I just recorded a whole bunch of them. I just had them sitting on my hard drive. Back then, there was just way too many files that my computer could just not, like I was just running out of space, right? So I had to delete them. But then on top of that, they were just way too long for me to make use of it. So then I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Because on top of that, on top of them being really long, I also had to edit through them. So what I did it a couple of times, I think, and I just like fast forwarded through it. But even then, it's kind of like, oh boy, this is kind of lame. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do going forward is, it might have to be in like 2021. All of my videos, I'll probably bring back end cards. That I'll do sort of special video end cards, and what it'll do, or what it'll be, is that it'll just be the underground tournament, or the underground tennis tournament, and I will just end up doing maybe like 30 seconds of it. I'm thinking like maybe 5 seconds or 5-10 seconds to show you what what's available there. Even though most of it is going to be Japanese, so I'll see what I can do. But you'll see it, and then you can, for yourself, place your bets. And I'll just let it play out the last 20 seconds or so, 25 seconds or so of the match. And that'll just be the end card. And, I'll put my things on top of it, my video recommendations or suggestions. And that'll just be the end card. And you'll just get to see who won at the end of it, and get recommended to other videos. I will not use my special here. I'm just going to let this end. There we go. Let's just let this end. Let my misery end here. So I can switch the team a bit. Because I need to use Tetsu so I can just mash specials to get through this, because this is a really difficult tournament. But in any case, yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. It's going to be a lot of work. So we'll see if we can, but I'll probably talk more about that in the 100th episode. But for now, let's wrap up Season 4. As I said, I'm just going to pretend this loss didn't happen. I'm going to jump over into this tournament again from the beginning, switch the team, so I'm actually controlling Tetsu, and then Inui is my partner, and then I'm just going to mash specials and try and get through this really difficult tournament, and then we're going to wrap up Season 4 that way. But anyways, as usual, take care of yourself.